What are 3 things you can get rid of from your diet now and improve your health right away? Let's find out. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Sylvia and I'm a big city mom. I live, work and raise my family in New York City, and whenever I have some free time, I blog and vlog about health through diet, lifestyle and nutrition. A few months ago, I was able to reverse my rheumatoid arthritis. You've guessed it, through diet, lifestyle and nutrition. And I was so blown away with the results that it finally pushed me to start this YouTube channel. So if this is you, definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll get started with today's video. If you are just starting on the journey to health, it can be quite confusing and overwhelming, and for all the right reasons. There are so many different choices for supplements, diet, antioxidants, adaptogens. There is so many different ways to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, should you eat at all, should you be fasting every other day? There is a lot. And speaking from my own experience, I've done just about every diet that was out there. I was vegetarian, I was vegan, I was doing paleo diet, I was doing ketogenic diet. There is a GAPS diet that I tried, and also carnivore diet, and these days I am following paleo ketogenic diet because this one proved to be successful at reversing my rheumatoid arthritis. I am sticking with it. Maybe with time I will modify it, but we will see. Winter is really conducive to the paleo ketogenic diet given my ancestral past, so paleo ketogenic diet it is. Now, if you are wondering where you should start, I have 3 strategies that will work for every diet you decide to follow. Number 1, sugary drinks. You probably heard the saying, don't drink your calories. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it is true. You really shouldn't be drinking your calories for many different reasons, for your waistline and for your overall metabolic health. Let's start with sodas. Just 10 ounces of soda, so the little small can of soda, will have anywhere from 35 to 45 grams of sugar. Now, to give you an idea, you should be consuming about 25 grams of sugar from everything that you eat, including starches that normally would not have listed sugar as an ingredient, but starch will be converted into sugar in the end anyway. So just with 1 drink of soda, you are exceeding what's recommended for daily consumption of sugar. Now, there are other problems with soda: artificial flavors, colors, and caffeine. Oh, but wait, I'm not done with sodas yet. You might be thinking, what about 0 calories or no sugar sodas, or whatever the marketing brand it is these days? They're not good either. A lot of them have aspartame as a sweetener, and the combination of aspartame and caffeine is really damaging to our brain if consumed on a consistent basis. If you really have to have something that is fizzy and is sweet, probably sodas that are sweetened with stevia are the best alternative. I know what you're thinking. Fruit juices are a healthy alternative to sodas. Not really. No, they're also very high in sugar. And there is one other problem with fruit juices. They are pasteurized. If it comes in the bottle or in the carton, like most of OGs come, they're really high in sugar and low in antioxidants. So you really don't get the benefits of the fresh fruit or freshly squeezed juice. So sorry to break it to you, but you will have to get rid of fruit juices from your diet as well. And their sugar content is comparable to the one of the sodas anyway. And what about tea and coffee? Well, if you are consuming tea and coffee without any sugar or honey, you are good. But if every tea or coffee gets a couple teaspoons of sugar or honey in it, we got a problem. Sugar and honey has to go. And while we are talking about teas and coffees, what about those pumpkin spice lattes or pumpkin spice chai tea? They are full of sugary syrups with some flavors. they will need to be eliminated as well, or you can just make healthier options without all the sugary addictions at home. Number 2, vegetable or seed oils. I know this one might be not so obvious because of all the talk about the dangers of the saturated fats, which are mostly animal-based fats, and vegetable oils are touted as the ones that are better for our heart health and cholesterol levels. But there is more and more research showing that the opposite is actually true. The saturated fats are a lot better option for our health than vegetable oils, which have the name of polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFA. It's becoming more and more apparent that all chronic disease and metabolic dysfunction is caused by excessive consumption of vegetable oils. Industrially processed vegetable oils, that's right, they are actually extracted through many different complex chemical processes. Nina Teicholz, author of The Big Fat Surprise, documents in details how these industrially processed oils are extracted. It is actually quite scary. It is not as healthy as we are led to think. It is great marketing, but not necessarily great for our health. Examples of seed oils or vegetable oils would be canola oil, safflower, soy oil, maybe cottonseed oil, and there are many more. And we used to consume about 5% of our calories from vegetable oils way back in the beginning of the century, and these days we are consuming north of 15% of our calories from vegetable oils. This is a really worrying trend, and those polyunsaturated fatty acids create a lot of problems in our bodies, and there's a lot to talk about, but I will just focus on the 2 that scare me the most. So number 1 is they really oxidize easily when heated. And that means that they create a lot of free radicals, which then our body has to dispose of. It's a lot of free radicals. Now, they also disrupt the mitochondrial function in our cells. So mitochondria are those small energy units which cannot function properly in the presence of those polyunsaturated fatty acids. A lot healthier alternative would be saturated animal fats. They don't oxidize and they don't burn as easily as the vegetable oils, and they have actually some protective functions in our body, but that's a topic for another discussion. So you can get unrefined beef tallow or lard, or even if you're on the budget, you can really get a cheap version of those, and that would be a refined lard. And even though it is refined, it is still a lot healthier than frying with vegetable oils. And one more point here. This was what our ancestors used to use all the time up until the beginning of the 20th centuries when the vegetables oils came online. And number 3, processed foods. I know, they are everywhere. In fact, if you go to the supermarket, most of the shelves will be filled with processed foods. And it's easy to identify them. They are in boxes, cans, bags, tins, packages. They have a long list of ingredients, most of which you don't know what they mean and you cannot pronounce them. But almost always they will have refined sugar, highly processed grains, and vegetable oils. And it doesn't end there. There will be some other artificial flavors, colorings, preservatives. The list goes on. And it doesn't get easy to get rid of them either, because they are easy to get, not difficult to prepare. Most of the time you don't have to prepare them at all, and they taste good. So it's easy to get addicted to them, and they are so convenient. So it is an uphill battle with the processed food, but it is really worth it to do it. So I know it's not easy to get rid of processed foods. I know they taste great, but long-term consumption of processed foods will inevitably lead to poor health. Hypertension, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, skin issues, allergies, poor sleep, chronic fatigue are just one of many different problems that consuming of processed foods can cause. So invest some money in clean foods, take time to prepare them at home, and within just a couple of weeks, you will start to notice a difference and your body will be thankful. Alright, so these are my top 3 foods you should get rid of today to feel better just within few weeks. And what's also good is that these 3 foods are consistent with many different healthy diets. So if you're looking into paleo or ketogenic or carnivore diet, those 3 foods will have to be eliminated anyway. Alright, before you go, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!